Nothing is capable of showing more love than a cheetah, especially for its adoptive mother. This fox is screaming like it hasn't seen its owner in 5 long years, not just 5 days. Do you know what a real miracle is? When you accidentally find your pet outside after many months of searching. This proud eagle forever remembered the person who saved it from certain death, and now it flies to him every year to thank him and get its dose of hugs. While this man was on a 3-month business trip, a baby jaguar not only managed to grow up and grow claws, but also missed his favorite volunteer so much. If Morton the koala has to wait for his favorite volunteer for more than 3 days, that can only mean one thing. He won't let him go so easily. These best friends haven't seen each other in 10 months, and now the lynx isn't just happy to see her owner, but angry that she went away for so long. There's probably nothing surprising about a dog greeting its owner with excitement after a long day at work. This teddy bear isn't just an animal, it's a member of the family, and he has been ever since he was rescued as a lonely orphan by this guy. 11-year-old Logan couldn't get over the fact that his beloved cat, Frank, had gone missing. He didn't lose hope, and 1 month later, these soulmates were reunited once again. This swan is so happy to see its rescuer that it just won't stop talking. It's like it wants to fill him in on everything that had happened while they were apart. When this girl came home from a trip, her best friend made sounds of happiness for the first time. It was hard for this woman to believe that the small, defenseless pup whom she had saved 4 years prior was now a powerful wolf. But the wolf remembered her and had been waiting to see her again. These are the sounds of Reno's love when they see someone they've been missing for so long. This woman took them under her wing when they were orphaned and never looked back. These boys were sure that they would never see their beloved dog again. But after 3 long months, Naya was miraculously found, and with 8 little puppies. This reserve worker thought that he'd be able to stay on his feet when he was greeted by a lioness who hadn't seen him in 2 years. But he had never been more wrong. This dog chased an ambulance for 4 kilometers to keep from being separated from his owner. He was so worried about her that he was waiting at the exit like Hachiko. Luckily, this story has a much happier ending. This girl's parrot flew away and she thought she would never see him again, but they turned out to be true soulmates. While I'd be scared to see a bear even in the far distance, look at what this man is doing. Everything is all right, no one is trying to eat anyone. The bear is just happy to see him. This huge tiger is so happy to see its friend, it almost looks like a big plush toy. This woman visited her friends after not seeing them for a few months, and this is how their dog greeted her. And this fish came up to the diver of its own volition so that he would pet it. This girl met her friend, the tiger. And this elephant lives in a nature park for elephants with disabilities and elephants that suffered animal cruelty. Here it is, getting a friend. The animal is falling asleep to her lullaby. And this beautiful little bird was found in the grass when it was a chick. This woman raised it without putting the bird in a cage, and now the bird comes to visit her every day. Look how happy this baby capuchin monkey is to see its grandma. This woman has been taking care of this lioness since it was 4 months old, visiting the animal nearly every day. Just take a look at how a pack of wolves greets their adoptive mother after not seeing her for 2 months. And this lioness greets her savior like this every morning. In 2012, he saved her from a farmer's holding pen and raised her as his own. Imagine the grief this dog must have gone through when its adoptive cow mom was sold and taken away. Seeing the suffering of the dog, the owner brought the cow back, and here's their heartwarming reunion when a dog cried happy tears.
Here's another happy reunion between a dog and its owner.
And this deaf and blind dog recognized its friend by scent, even after a year of not seeing him due to the pandemic. And this is an adorable reunion with the favorite dog after a year apart. And this is how a baby deer greets the girl who has been taking care of it. It must have gotten very attached to her.
You want to suck on my ear?
There you go.
For several days, Sydney police have been looking for a missing rat named Lucy, and they were finally able to return it to its owner, a homeless man. This camel may not have arms to hug its friend, but it has a long neck. 6 months before, this family parted with their dog because they moved from Dubai to the UK. The new family decided not to keep the dog, and this girl's mom accidentally saw a classified ad searching for a new home for the dog. This time, Holly, the dog, came with the family, never to part ways again. This dog went missing and the family has been looking for months, and here's their reunion.
Ikaw nga yan! Oh my God! Oh boy! Aray! Ang dungis na aso ko! Hello! Ang bantot-bantot pa! Ha? Bakit ka nandito?
This diver encountered a friendly octopus. At first, it tried to pull her leg into its lair, and then it went for a hug. Elephants accepted a human into their herd because he took care of them, but then he had to go away for 14 months, and look at the way they greet him when he returns. Just look how cute these toucan cuddles are.
Daddy!
A touching encounter between a girl and a donkey. I had no idea that donkeys could purr.
Hi, buddy. I miss you.
Wolves are greeting a volunteer who takes care of them. How are they any different from dogs? This pig is greeting its friend who saved it in the past. And there I was thinking that pigs can only love food.
And only love food.
This woman takes care of 2 wombats, Sylvie and Tina. Sylvie was found next to her dead mother that was a victim of a car accident. At that point, Sylvie weighed no more than 13 ounces, and Tina was found alone on the streets when she was a little bit older. As a result, they both live with their adoptive mother and don't leave her side. This girl hadn't seen her horse in 4 months and was afraid that it wouldn't recognize her. But then, there are many reptiles in this house, including a 5-foot, 60-pound, 4-year-old crocodile named Wally. But that's not all. Take a look at the way it greets the owners. I'm sure you've heard that dolphins can be very friendly, but this encounter with divers went beyond all expectations. Have you ever seen a more friendly goose? When you've been waiting for a walk with your human for way too long. This tiger cub turns into the most loving kitten in the world. All to see is rescue her dad more often. Margarita listened to every rustle while she waited for her owner to return.
Margarita, come here. Come here, Mama.
By the way, did I mention that Margarita is a huge crocodile? She is the only person these lions will let near them. After all, they're always happy to see the woman who once saved them from starvation. This man returned to his hometown and decided to find out if his goose still remembered him. Well, it did, and it brought friends.
This is the dude I've been telling you about.
Are you doing good?
You might think that this is a camel reuniting with its human, but you'd be wrong. This is his best friend who brought the animal to tears with news of its owner's death. 3 years in Azkaban. I mean 3 days without an owner. This cat has been waiting for this moment, and it has finally come. And this good boy missed his owner so much that he was ready to defy gravity for her. Hashtag pet goals. These two best friends have their own little ritual. After every long business trip, the parrot greets its owner with kisses and words. Injuring his leg and having to go through 3 surgeries, this young man had a tough time.
But the return of his missing dog would give him the strength to overcome it all.
This turtle is not slow at all, as it uses affection as motivation. Every single day, this lynx clings tightly to its caretaker, not allowing him to do anything else except stay by its side. After days of waiting on the empty bed, today, the 2 dogs finally welcome their owner back. Tears of reunion sparkled in the dog's eyes.
I told you they'd remember you.
No matter where he is, tranquility ensues when this cow is next to the person it deeply loves and cherishes. The Kristen Clark family traveled far and wide, hoping for a chance to reunite with their beloved friend. And the moment she called, the pig darted out as if it had been eagerly awaiting this very moment.
You did your name, didn't you?
Born in a land of icy cold, this tiny penguin still carries a warm and affectionate heart within. The moment when the ducks and geese cuddled their human friend was really touching. We can feel the sincere affection they have for each other. This orphan bear still remembered the man who took care of him since he was a cub. Time may change their appearances, but it can't change their love. Despite being grown up, this pig still greets her best friend with gentle and soothing sounds.
Is this his dog?
In a special case, the judge allowed the dog to decide who would keep him. Without hesitation, he chose the man who had taken care of him with all his love.
baby boy.
Pick him up.
Baby boy. Come on, man. Come on.
This baby boy. Oh.
That's all. Take the
Bentley, who was hungry and slightly injured, walked slowly towards his owner.
Come on, good boy. Good, it's Mama.
It was lost and wandered in the mountains for almost 3 weeks.
I'm just so grateful for everybody who helped, who shared the...
Separated for 2.5 years due to this horse's distant location, she embarked on a long journey to make this cherished moment possible. A single hug has the power to invigorate the rooster throughout the entire day. Deep in the dark ocean was the light of this friendship of this shark and this diver. They haven't seen each other for 2 years.
I was a little excited.
Lembrou, ele lembrou, cara. Ele lembrou, cara. Criou quando era pequeno. Faz 8 anos que não vê o cachorro. O cachorro já mordeu 8 pessoas.
It was the most touching moment in this woman's life when she returned to the reserve to see the lion cubs she had rescued and used to bottle feed. Who needs a dog when you got this little guy to greet you every day?
Come on, Caesar. Oh, there you are. You're such a pretty rooster. It's Mama's baby. Oh, he's such a good rooster.
11-year-old Logan couldn't get over the fact that his beloved cat, Frank, had gone missing. He didn't lose hope. And 1 month later, these soulmates were reunited once again. This swan is so happy to see its rescuer that it just won't stop talking. It's like it wants to fill him in on everything that had happened while they were apart. That's the sound of childlike joy when Dad's home. Even if it's not their real dad, they still missed him. It was hard for this woman to believe that the small, defenseless pup whom she had saved 4 years prior was now a powerful wolf. But the wolf remembered her and had been waiting to see her again. When this girl came home from a trip, her best friend made sounds of happiness for the first time. A reunion between a girl and her beloved horse whom she hasn't seen in 3 months. It just breaks my heart. This girl's parrot flew away and she thought she would never see him again. But they turned out to be true soulmates. Now you know flamingos like to hug when they run into old friends. There's nothing better than coming home to such a warm welcome from your pet. This reserve worker thought that he'd be able to stay on his feet when he was greeted by a lioness who hadn't seen him in 2 years. But he had never been more wrong. This reunion is sure to break your heart as this terminally ill zookeeper sees his beloved giraffe he raised for the last time. These jaguars completely forgot that they were predators when an old friend dropped by to visit them after 3 years away. This baby elephant's favorite day of the week is when his best friends come to play with him. And today is that day.
Get him!
This dog chased an ambulance for 4 kilometers to keep from being separated from his owner. He was so worried about her that he was waiting at the exit like Hachiko. Luckily, this story has a much happier ending. This woman rescued a little monkey and raised it as her own child, so their bond is unbreakable. Doesn't even matter that the monkey lives in the wild now and they rarely see each other. A true Christmas miracle happened for this husky. She finally gets to see her owner after several months of separation.
Daisy.
Every year, this woman makes a long journey to meet up with a little kangaroo that she once rescued. Poor thing's reaction is definitely worth it. It's only been 1 month since these giants last saw their best friend, but they still missed them. Now you know what 6 tons of love looks like. It's hard to believe that a hyena can be this tender towards its master after a week apart. This guy hasn't seen his bear friend in so long that he forgot what a real bear hug feels like. Watch these rhinos thank the woman who helped them find a safe haven from poachers 3 years earlier. It's hard to see the warm heart of a rhino under all that thick skin, but this woman has done it. This pet squad is prepared to wait for hours for their dad to come home. Damn, if I had a donkey waiting for me at home, I wouldn't stop at the bar after work. Nothing is better for this sailor than seeing his pelican after a long voyage. The bird waits impatiently to hug its friend, who always brings it a treat. This man once rescued a small snake and unexpectedly made a lifelong friendship with a python. The python's bigger every time they meet, but this guy's a pro and knows what he's doing, so don't try this yourself. This bear won't let anyone near him except this woman. And look, they're just the best of friends. If Google Translate had a dog option, then we'd know exactly what this dog is saying about how much she missed her family after them being gone for a month. This goose loves its owner so much that every hour without him is a challenge, so it's always so happy when Dad comes home. A woman who once acted as a surrogate mother for a little killer whale had no idea that they could be devoted to people and remember them for the rest of their lives. But this moment changed her mind. After a long separation, it only took this blind dog a moment to literally feel its owner nearby.
You found me, girl.
This husky hadn't seen its owner in so long that it couldn't believe its eyes right away. It took him a while to get back in touch with reality. Only a patient professional can have such an emotional reunion. After all, this woman raised a wild elk from a foal, and now they're like family. This guy wasn't just seeing his puppies again, he was returning to the pack where he's always welcome, sometimes too welcome. When this man's dog disappeared 3 days ago, he never thought he'd find his little Mitzi in a foxhole. A girl got admitted to college and had to part with her beloved horse. After 2 years, she just had to see him again and flew across the country. How on earth are they supposed to say goodbye a second time? A huge height difference is no obstacle when you're greeting your favorite zookeeper after a couple of months apart. This lioness wants to hug her rescuer forever. Anything to keep him from leaving. After meeting its owner, this monkey doesn't want to leave her side even for a second. People adopted this wombat 2 years prior when its mother was hit by a car, and now they are so inseparable that it doesn't even mind playing a game with its owner. Ideally, a reunion between friends should look like this. A soldier came home after an 8-month deployment and decided to surprise his dogs. This is the result. Spider monkey's reactions was strikingly human, like when it sees the woman who once saved their life, leaving me pleasantly surprised. A horse may not be able to express its emotion in words, but its actions speak louder. While The Lion King portrayed hyenas in a negative light, this video presents a contrasting image of them. The swimming speed of this goldfish reflects the love it feels for the diver. As always, this sea lion showed great enthusiasm when it met this diver. You won't know how much you are loved until you come back home. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. I don't want any separation due to getting lost, so don't miss out on happy reunion moments by subscribing to me. "35 years ago, as a young man, this man took care of and trained this elephant. 35 years later, his appearance has changed, but the elephant still recognizes who he used to be.
Reunited at Germany.
This is pure excitement and joy when Nabani saw Jorge and his wife, who took care of him for the first few months of his life. Look how happy this doggo is when reuniting with his human friend after a long time apart. The friendly stingray came to greet his longtime bestie before continuing on his journey. If you don't believe that there is such a thing as a bond between humans and animals, just look at this girl and her goat. After over 12 years, the donkeys were reunited and cared for by their loving owners. Let's leave them some time together. This gentleness and purity really make me jealous of her. It's time for you to show me some love by subscribing.
Hola, ¿qué pasa? Hola, ¿dónde está? Oye, ¿qué hace? Hola, ¿qué pasa? Ay, muy.
already heard you.
This will be the warmest greeting a dog can give to its father after 9 months of service in Afghanistan.
She heard.
What limits can define the friendship between a veterinarian and a lion? There are no definitive answers, for the veterinarian is not merely a companion, but also a savior who saved his life. The donkey's happy cry shows how much he had longed to meet his beloved mother.
What? Tell me.
Overwhelmed with nostalgia for his old friend, this kangaroo refused to let her go. Just like a child rushing eagerly to his dad after many days apart. This crocodile still remembers Chris after 2 years of being rescued. Moments like this always confuse me about these cold-blooded creatures. This horse has a cute way of greeting. He nudges her as if to ask, "Where have you been?" These affectionate wolf kisses were a gift to his best friend. Whenever she yells out, this donkey answers with a happy sound.
Oh, everybody's coming.
After tirelessly searching for 6 months, her efforts to find her lost cat were finally rewarded. With a microchip, she was able to once again cuddle her dear companion. Do you love this sound of reunion? This girl thought she lost her cat, but surprisingly, it came back on its own. This elephant can sleep peacefully whenever this woman sings a lullaby. The initial surprise of the cockatoo was quickly replaced by a joyful reunion moment.
Hi, Bundy. Oh, look at that. Oh.
The line between humans and animals, the hunter and the hunted, disappeared when 2 hearts beat as one. Take a look at how the most ferocious fish on the planet welcomes this woman. And you'll understand why she's called the mother of sharks. The woman was almost desperate because of her dog's disappearance, but now the little baby was safely in her arms thanks to the help of the online community. A friendly alpaca ran up to his best friend to deliver the sweetest goodbye.
It was long. That's a big separation.
Good boy, buddy.
Digger! Come on, Digger! I'm home! Digger! Ha ha! It's so lovely to see you! I've been away 3 months, you're looking so handsome! There's a cricket! Ha ha!
It's great to be home. See?
Even in the thick fog, the sheep still recognized the shepherd by his familiar call. Camels also know how to express their feelings. What do you think about this moment? This kind-hearted man did everything to help an injured spoonbill bird return to the wild. When they reunited months later, the bird still recognized his savior with just one call. This is probably the most special reunion you've ever seen. After all, the doggo still remembers his benefactor, a prisoner who gave him unconditional love. Hit like if you appreciate this moment. In tough times, he constantly received encouragement from a cherished companion. This served as a tremendous drive for him to become even stronger. And that love resulted in a happy ending. After a period of special treatment, today he was brought to meet his dog. The dose of spirit is always the best remedy.